When you think about it, our gardens are a delicate balancing act. A balance of soil, air, water, minerals, nutrients, and life. A unique balance of chemistry and biology, both below the ground and above. And when this web of interactions becomes imbalanced, or even off just slightly, bad things happen. Namely pests and other nasties. Aphids, spider mites, whiteflies, thrips, you name it. These guys tend to proliferate whenever your garden or your plants are stressed. I've always believed that a healthy, strong garden and its inhabitants can repel most pests all on their own, without our intervention. This means that when my soil in my garden is in tip-top shape, I never worry about insects or fungus. The good insects take care of the bad, and the conditions are never ripe for the fungus to get a footing. And all of a sudden, that balance doesn't seem so delicate. Because of this, I always strongly oppose the use of chemicals in our gardens. It's just not necessary, and it's really not solving the problem. Rather, it's potentially causing more. Sometimes, though, we need an edge. Just a small victory over the bad guys to turn the tide in our favor. Enter baking soda. Long touted as an effective treatment for both pests and fungal outbreaks, we'll discuss why it works, how it works, and the methods to safely use it in our garden. First off, what is baking soda? Well, baking soda is a somewhat natural chemical compound consisting of one sodium atom, a hydrogen, a carbon, and 3 oxygens. And the chemistry of baking soda has 2 things we need to watch out for as gardeners. 1, baking soda, or sodium bicarbonate, is a salt, and terrestrial plants aren't fond of high levels of salt in the soil. And 2, it's alkaline, so it can raise the pH of that soil as well. You'll find baking soda readily available in any grocery store, as it's used in baking, cleaning, and deodorizing around the house. But you can actually find it in nature. It occurs naturally in the mineral nacolite, so it's definitely not a chemical or poison. And the levels we'll be using it at should be of no cause for concern. Still, it's always a good idea to know these things. Okay, now we know what sodium bicarbonate is. How does it actually work? For pests such as aphids and spider mites, and even caterpillars, once the baking soda gets into their systems, lethal doses of carbon dioxide are released. It acts fast and it's effective, but it does appear that they have to ingest the stuff. So don't expect miracles when baking soda is used all by itself. It may not have the blanketing effect of other sprays, such as a natural insecticidal soap. The real benefit of baking soda, though, is protection. Protection from harmful fungal outbreaks, most notably powdery mildew. Notice how I said protection. It's far better for the prevention of future outbreaks than it is the treatment of current ones. Funguses come to our plants through spores, either from the air above or the soil below. Because baking soda is so reactive, it creates an ion imbalance for those spores, killing them instantly, and it creates an inhospitable environment so that they can't even get established. By not letting the spores get established, fungal outbreaks are actually repelled, and current ones are kept in check, maybe even reversed. And that's great news for us squash and zucchini growers. The most effective and safest way to use baking soda in the garden is to atomize it. And by that I mean turn it into a dilute liquid spray for an easy application. For both insect repellent and fungal protection, I use the same formula. I simply take 1 liter of water, add a teaspoon of baking soda, a teaspoon of natural castile soap, and 2 teaspoons of vegetable oil. The oil is going to help suffocate and kill insects on contact, as well as repel fungal spores, and the natural soap will act as a spreader sticker to keep the solution where it needs to be, on the leaves. Mix it all together and spray the plants twice monthly for a preventative strategy, or every 3 days to contain an existing outbreak. As always though, before using a new product on your garden, always do a test leaf first. It's just good practice because you never know when a sensitivity issue may pop up. So do your due diligence. And with that, let's end off with some parting thoughts about using baking soda in your garden. Is it really the miracle solution that some people claim it to be? No, far from it. But it can be effective when it's used and timed correctly. Soft-bodied insects like aphids, spider mites, and even large caterpillars can definitely be kept in check with a baking soda spray. But it's the added benefits of the oil and the natural soap that really do make quite the difference and make it very effective for localized outbreaks. And I like that we're going natural here, steering clear of harmful synthetics and systemics. But just remember that pest hotspots and fungal outbreaks are always a symptom. They're a symptom of an imbalance. Indicators that something isn't working right and that maybe our attention is needed. Natural spray solutions like our baking soda one definitely work, and they're handy. Let's just remember not to rely on them too much, especially if they're masking larger issues. Hey, thanks so much for watching, guys. I appreciate the support more than you know. And if you're getting value from these videos, please like and share them to spread the word and help your fellow gardener to grow better.